Heyo, Blind Prime here, and today we're going to talk about a couple of G.I. Joe classified things, if y'all don't mind. Today I just wanted to throw in my hat about the Haslab thing that's coming up next month, or next week, honestly, if they do it in the beginning of the month, which I'm hoping they wait till about midway through the month, because, then the 45 days thing can lay over between 2 months again. That was really nice. But I guess we'll all know in 2 weeks at least. Anyway, yeah, before I get into it, please like, share, and subscribe. It goes a long way to help me raise awareness for the blind and the visually impaired. And today we're going to be discussing that Haslab, or just talking about it real shortly. And also, I want to talk about a big positive thing I've seen happen in the G.I. Joes. I know I've mentioned some negative stuff in the G.I. Joe Classified series, and plenty of people have talked about the negatives. But today I want to talk about something positive I've seen, a positive change in the G.I. Joe Classified series, and it has to do with helmets. I'm a big proponent of helmets. I am a lover of helmets. I'm a person that pushes helmets on people. I'm like, look, wear your helmet. Helmets are important. Helmets save your brain. The skull can stop a lot, but it doesn't. Your brain can still swell. Bad things can happen to you. Wear a helmet. Okay, even, especially if you're in combat, wear a helmet. It's important. I know it could mess up your hearing, but it's still better than a beret head stopping a bullet. Okay, and that's the thing that's bothered me. It's like all these berets, like these freaking hot shots jumping in here with berets, and I get it. They're G.I. Joes. They're all hot shots. But come on, have some common sense. Wear a helmet. And that's what I've been loving about this, okay? You got this. This is Bazooka's helmet. Nuts. Always knocking things over here at Blind Prime. There we go. Anyway, I took Bazooka's helmet because I don't really... I like the bazooka. I like the backpack. I like a lot of things about Bazooka, but I don't like the fact he's wearing a jersey. He just doesn't fit in with everybody else. And I mainly got him just to review him on the show, and now he just kind of sits strapped to a gurney in the back of an ambulance because, somebody had to be strapped to the gurney, right? Might as well be Bazooka. He caught an arrow in the knee. Anyway, so I've got Stalker here, and Stalker came with a beret, but it sucked, okay? It always falling off him no matter what. I had to use some sticky tack, and so I decided the other day, like, why not try Bazooka's helmet on on Stalker here. And if I'm feeling it right, and I may be wrong, let's see. No, I'm feeling it right. The helmet ends right above his eyebrows. So it doesn't interfere with his line of sight. I think him and Bazooka have a similar head shape. And that's really cool, because that means you can take Bazooka's helmet and put it on Stalker. And, I've been wondering about that and been playing with helmets with a bunch of other Joes and realizing, a lot of these helmets can just be switched around. And that's really cool. That's really amazing. I'm loving that. Okay, so please, Hasbro, keep doing this with the helmets, because this part is a lot of fun, and I love headgear. I got so upset at the Vipers for not having removable helmets. I don't care if there's like a piece of cloth or some neoprene underneath that helmet. I don't care. I just want a removable helmet. It's just an added feature to the action figure, in my opinion. And I hope I'm not alone in that feeling that helmets are just fun because it gives you something to put on and take off of the action figure. It'd be really fun if they did the vests that you could remove with rubber, like Mattel's figured out. Mattel's done it. Why can't you? Come on, Hasbro. Mattel's also making better vehicles than you. Okay, so the few vehicles you've done are really good. Okay, so that's I guess that's a quality over quantity situation right there. But you still don't give us any storage. Plenty of the G.I. Joe, the Mattel WWE Wreck and Slam vehicles have storage locations for you to put things, because these wrestlers come with accessories and stuff, so you get places to put them, because Mattel knows that you like, as a collector, places to put your accessories. So, let's get into my thoughts on the Haslab real quick before we end the video out. Okay, I've heard plenty of people talking about it being a Rattler, and a lot of people are on the assumption it's a Rattler. And, well, I'm a dreamer. I know I'm wrong with this because I'm always wrong whenever I open my mouth and say anything about a Haslab project. I am 100% wrong every single time. I haven't guessed a Haslab project right so far. You know, I didn't even guess that there was going to be a G.I. Joe classified Haslab. So, no, just understand that before we're going into this. I'm always wrong when it comes to these Haslabs. So I'm predicting an APC tank, which means that there's not going to be one. But I really want there to be one because we got a lot of accessories and no storage for our accessories. And we've got a lot of these, army builder characters, but nothing for them to ride in because you haven't given us a single vehicle with more than 2 places. Give us something like, the Willys 1/12 scale World War II Jeep. That Jeep has got plenty of room for me to fit characters in. Heck, if I put a guy standing in the back, I can have 5 figures in it. 1 in the driver's seat, 1 in the passenger, 2 sitting in the back, and then 1 actually standing in the back. I've done it before, and I've rested heavy artillery roadblocks, a giant gun on the top of the windshield, so that there was now kind of a gunner station in this Willys 1/12 scale World War II model Jeep that we found on the internet. I had it got for my birthday last year, actually. It was a really cool present. Let's see. Can I just reach over and grab it from my location? Oh, no, I can't, but my chair has wheels. Okay. There's Morph. He was standing on top of it. All right. Here we go. And use the wheels. Wheel it back, knocking things over. Okay. There we are. You don't need to be there. But you see, whenever I fell, his helmet didn't come off. If he was wearing his beret, yeah, Stalker's beret would have just flown off. There we go. Look at that. This is what we're asking for right here, Hasbro. At least what I'm asking for is a medium-sized vehicle. This is smaller than the Vamp, by the way. But it can hold 4 characters. It can hold 4. Okay? And if I put these guys where their legs were sticking out, like if I picked this guy up and turned him around so that his legs are sticking out over the edge, like you saw in some of the World War II movies and stuff, then, if I do that on both sides, I got enough room in the center where I can actually put a guy standing up. And I had heavy artillery roadblocks standing up in this thing for a log type. And so this is what I'm really hoping they do. They give us something that has a lot of seats in it, has a lot of storage in it. Okay, if I don't want to put any characters in this Jeep, I could still fill the back of the Jeep up with extra guns and ammunition packs and all sorts of other things, I got the gelatinous cube from the Dungeons & Dragons Golden Archive collection because I wanted a place to put my spare heads and hands from other, 1/12 scale figures. And it's really nice because, what would a gelatinous cube have in it other than spare weapons, or the weapons of its victims? And, of course, heads and hands and half-digested body parts. I've even thrown a piece of a Build-A-Figure in there to just be like, look what it's consuming right now. Ooh. I think it'd be cool if we could remove the wheels off the Vamp so I could just throw a Vamp wheel in there and be like, look, it ain't a Vamp. What you gonna do about that? It's a fun... The gelatinous cube is just a lot of fun. That is a fun thing, and I wish they would do something like that. Just a nice storage thing for the G.I. Joe. We need storage in this community. We need storage for these action figures. We're getting into the 120s now with these G.I. Joe Classified Series action figures. And that's not even counting the retro stuff. And yet, we have yet to get any sort of major storage. They call these things footlockers that we get, but they're not. So that's my bet on it, is I really want there to be storage in the line. I want there to be an APC, an assault personnel carrier that has the treads. It's really cool. You can store a lot of figures in it. I think that would be amazing. I would really love for that to happen. And yep, that's my thoughts and feelings on it. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you think, we need a Rattler, another plane, another thing that's just going to take up an insane amount of space? Or do we need something like, an APC, something that we can actually utilize with all the Army stuff we've gotten, so all the Army builders we've gotten so far. Even on the Joe side, we've gotten Army builders now. I don't care whose side of the aisle this APC is on. and just give us the APC. And wouldn't it be really cool? Wouldn't it be really amazing if you actually did a unique Haslab project where you gave us the APC, but then offered it in 2 colors, where we could get the Cobra APC or we could get the G.I. Joe APC? You would get double the sales from some people there, and you would get even more because the APC would be an army builder. So, you know, think about that one, Haslab. Think about that one, Hasbro. Think about the sheer amount of money that you could make off the fans by giving us an APC. Because seriously, if you gave it the option to be colored in 2 different ways, it'd just basically be the same APC from a general manufacturer that both Cobra and the G.I. Joe are buying their equipment from. Because not everything Cobra comes from Mars Industries, unless I'm wrong about that, but I may be. I don't know much about G.I. Joe, but I still think, you know, in the general scheme of things, and most things that we see in military, there's always one company working both sides. So, you know, let it be the APC company working both sides, and you can sell, you sell us a G.I. Joe version and a Cobra version, and each version would come with different characters, and each version would come with different accessories. I think that would be a lot of fun, and I would think you would be greatly surprised by how many people buy 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, however many. Really neat, and you should definitely take off the only 5 per customer limit. You should do 10 for that. Anyway, that's my thoughts and feelings. Leave a comment below on what you think about, you know, what's going on next month. And by the way, it's my birthday weekend, so enjoy the weekend. I'm going to enjoy mine. I'm going to get drunk. I haven't gotten drunk in a while, so yeah, it's going to be nice for me. And I'm going to have a great weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend, so go out and have a great weekend. And, you know, do the thing for Memorial Day. Remember, and play with some G.I. Joes. But until then, I'll catch you next Prime. Bye-bye for now.